Okay, so I'm going to give you a little lesson, I guess, on how to play the guitar riff or Hope You Find a Way. So this is for the instrument switch, and whether you're a bass player, guitar player, drummer, whatever, ultimately you just need to know the guitar part, and it's the same for everybody. You would be entering with the what we call the walk up, and that goes like this. I'll play it slow. So your first strike is actually hammer-on. So you hit it, hit the strings open, and then lay your finger down. And then the rest is sliding. So you'd strike and then slide. That's a slow-mo version. By the way, we are in drop D, and under any normal circumstances, the guitar would be tuned a half step down. So the whole thing is tuned a half step down, and then the low string is tuned down to what would technically be C sharp. I don't know if this guitar is, because it's my roommate's. But if you play with the recording, or any recordings from our concerts, for sure it'll be a half step down. So the walk up again. And then the riff itself, the chunky part, is open and 4th fret. And so you'll want to play it as staccato as possible, right? So it has the tight closed sound. You want to try to avoid this kind of thing, because it kind of loses impact and definition. People like the punchiness of this riff, so you have to use this hand to choke the strings. So you strike it and then lay your palm down on it to get it to quiet down. So if you're a proficient guitar player, excuse me, I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence, but if you're a drummer and you don't really play very much guitar, I just want to make sure you get what's going on. So so this hand, how can I do this well so you can see it? This hand would look like this. So each time I strike the strings, then I go back and mute it with my palm. And especially since the guitar will be distorted and have the distortion on, that's even more important. And you've got to try to get used to playing it tight. On acoustic, it's easy because it automatically stops. It automatically chokes itself. But when you play it on distortion, you'll get like this. So you got to be a little tighter on when the distortion's on. And a lot of times we'll slide from the 12th fret because the note on the 12th fret is the same note as the string open, just in a higher octave. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you'll go into some sort of solo for the second progression. The bass will keep doing the riff. And then you'll come back in for the third progression. Back to playing the riff. And then you let the guitar ring out. So you'll hit the strings open without holding down any of the chords. And with the distortion on, that will ring out. And that'll kind of fill up the room and fill up the sound. And if it goes to kind of a feedback, that's fine. Because at that point in the switch is when you would need to introduce me, if you're the drummer. So if you're the drummer and you just went to guitar, then after you finish your thing, all right, everybody, our singer Casey on the drums or whatever. And then you'd go and give the guitar to the bass player and you would play the bass, where you play it the same way, but you just hit the one string. Hopefully that's helpful, and so that you can show up if you want to come and give it a try. with us in the band room, and hopefully that was enough, coaching to so that you can just come in and rock it in the first day of practice. So, word to your moms. Came to drop bombs, red ones.